Russell Westbrook.
I love Russell Westbrook. Don't say anything crazy about Russell Westbrook. Goes to the basket as hard as Ja, who is becoming one of my favorites. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, what about this last season?
Okay. You know the difference? I'm going to come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Clay. You left out Iggy. You left out Clay. You left out Curry. These guys all got injured and had to take, especially Clay, and they took time out, except for Draymond. They take this time. Sometimes you just need a break from it, no pun intended. But you need, so much stress is why bones fracture. And when you're able to sit down and you're in rehab, you hate being in rehab. Rehab is harder than playing the game. But you're away from it. You're watching it. You're absorbing it. You're seeing it finally, not, from the outside. That gives you a break. He has never had a break from it. I mean, he's always been pressing to get to this point. And now you're playing on a team when you got one basketball. And you're used to being the guy that handled the ball 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's not happening. So you're trying to adjust your game. It just didn't fit at that time. I don't think they had enough time together to get it to work.
Well, yeah. I mean, I interviewed Iman Shumpert, and we talked about this. And we talked about Westbrook's $44 million salary this past season. And his thing was like, he got $44 million, but didn't get $44 million worth of, ball time, essentially. Right. So he didn't really have a chance to really earn his money the way people expected it.
It's like, why did everybody act like Russ wasn't going to have a period of time where he got to get his rhythm with new guys? Like, he don't got the ball 80% of the time no more. Everything changed, and everybody was just like, it's Russ's fault. He getting $40 million. Like, it's like, bro, he didn't throw himself into this to get 20% touches, and now he got to be super efficient. His whole knock has been he's not efficient his whole career. He don't play on efficiency. He play on heart.
But now he actually opted back in, and now he's getting $47 million.
And if I were to buy a car that didn't plug in, I would buy it right down the street at Westbrook Motors. I'm.
Wait, he's got his own car dealership?
Yeah, that one right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that Maserati dealership. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. His picture's outside. His name is up there. Hummer.
Must have missed it.
Yeah.
Must have missed it.
On Van Nuys Boulevard. This is the deal. It's never really what you're worth. It's what you negotiate.
Right. He negotiated a lot.
He didn't negotiate on potential. He negotiated on his past abilities, his what he's done before and what his numbers were there and what it could add to the team. I guarantee you now he's training now. And he did get hurt and take some time off. I do recall that. He worked himself back into it. But it's to sit back. And especially if you have a season not as successful as you may have wanted it, man, this summer is short. Mm. And I know this from just being around these kind of guys. They don't take a lot of time off. We live in paradise. So the 5 hours you put into basketball per day to get your body right, get your mind right, it's better to do it here in California. Steph Curry is doing it in Lake Tahoe, does his training, then go play golf.
Mm.
It's good life.
Well, I mean, some people say that, Russell has been relying on his athletic ability as opposed to skill.
Who said that?
A lot of people say that.
Well, a lot of people don't understand. This is the deal. Vinnie Johnson said to me, I love you, who? Vinnie said, when I wasn't scoring, I couldn't, the first 15 games or 13 games, I couldn't put the ball in the basket in Detroit. I started 4 of them. I just couldn't score. I didn't know what. It was like a lid on a basket. And when I finally scored, I bowed to the audience. And then I finally, by the end of this, getting toward the end of the season, I found a groove. Do what got you here, is what Vinny said. If you block shots, ran the lane, dunked on people, do that. What got him here from UCLA is his raw LA takeover mentality. And if you're an athlete and you have that much athletic ability, I mean, you use it. You use it to your advantage. And you have to have a skill to play this game. The skill is basketball, so you got that. But it's athletic ability, which sometimes takes you up and beyond other players.
Skip Bayless calls him Westbrook. The two went back and forth on Twitter. Like, I think Westbrook was like, oh, you need to say that to my face. And Bayless was like, man, I'll say it to your face. Come to my show.
Yes.
Come on. Let's
Come on the show and punch me. So I can have $47 million. I don't
take
need
that whole paycheck of yours.
I don't
Thank
need
you.
2 eyes. Knock this one out.
I'm old.